And welcome back to The Drive with Jackson McCoy, Matt McCoy, Stan Jackson. We are live at Big Ten Media Days here in Chicago and joined by a couple more Buckeyes who are stopping by. Parris, Campbell, and Dre'Mont Jones joining us. Parris, unfortunately, I want to start with you with the unfortunate news, what's going on with Zach Smith, your receivers coach. I know how close you guys as a unit were to him, but just how are you dealing with this, and what's the reaction been for you guys?
Obviously, it's been a devastating, reaction. But the Whiteouts, we're a very tight-knit group. We're kind of leaning on each other in this tough moment. I think the chemistry that we have and the relationship that we have, we're able to get past it.
You are, a leader on this team, and it's such a veteran group. Does that help you guys, I guess, in a circumstance like this, that the bond you guys have for?
Yeah, it definitely helps, just because, we have a lot of mature guys, so we understand the situation. We're able to help younger guys get through the situation who aren't as mature, We're able to talk to those guys and allow those guys to lean on us and get them through.
And I imagine, the timing of it there never is good timing for it, but you're getting ready for training camp and everything. Any concern at all about distractions or anything like that as you get ready for training camp?
No, not really. Like I said, we're a mature group. We kind of learned how to block out the noise, just from the years of experience, and I think we'll be fine.
All right, Dre'Mont, I want to ask you about that defensive line. First of all, I've heard so many stories about, and I've actually been able to, at times we've gotten to watch Larry Johnson in action. Yep. What is Coach Johnson like to play for?
He's a tremendous guy to play for. I mean, he's the type of guy that grabs you by your chest and tells you this, like, look, we're going to go out there, we're going to make plays, we're going to do our job, we're going to be successful defensive line. But he does that in the most respectful manner possible. He grabs your chest, but he grabs it in like a fatherly figure. He's not trying to drill you. He's not trying to embarrass you. He's trying to coach you. He's trying to mold you into a better man, a better player.
Talk a little about this D-line as a whole. You guys have always had a ton of depth. Last year you did, and it seems like you do again. And you in the middle, Nick Bosa on the outside, Chase Young on the outside. It goes on and on. What are the expectations for the D-line this year?
The expectations hasn't changed since he's been there, back when Joey and the Dolphins were there. I mean, he treats us like we're grown men. We know what we have to do, and we're ready to perform.
And the depth is still there, you think?
Of course. It's still there. I mean, maybe not as deep as you guys may think, but we all know it's there. We're with them every day.
Tell me a little bit about both of you guys. I'll ask you. There's a whole new crop of freshmen, and we know how well Ohio State recruits and has done a good job. And you guys have been working out all summer. Anybody in particular, or if you want to just generalize it, and now Dre'Mont, I'll start with you, that is popping off, showing you that this kid's ready to compete right away as a freshman?
I can't say that now because all we've done was workouts. Right. We're not doing anything really football related. We're doing drills, so we'll see during camp.
Have they been doing everything they need to do during summer conditions?
Yeah. The freshmen look fine. They're having their struggles just like a normal freshman would. They're having their upsides and downsides, but they'll be prepared.
What about you, Parris? Anybody jumping out at you, or just what's your impression of this young group?
Yeah, not really anybody jumping out, but I could just say as a collective group, they kind of came in, just shut up and put their heads down and went to work. There's not that too cool for school guy, the guy who who's trying to be the big man on campus. They kind of all just want to come in and adjust to our culture, so it's great.
I got to ask you, Coach Mick, I was asking you, Dre'Mont, about Larry Johnson. What is Coach Mick like?
The most intense, crazy man ever in my life. I have such a close relationship with Coach Mick because I literally been working out with him since my freshman year. Like, he knows my strengths and weaknesses, and I know what gets him mad, and I know what doesn't. But Coach Mick is like the head coach of the summer and the winter. I mean, he does it all for us. I appreciate Coach Mick, man.
Does he get stuff out of you that you didn't know you could get out of yourself?
That is exactly what he does. I don't know how he does it. Parents like to say body by Mick. I don't know. Yeah, that's
body by Mick.
That's a thing.
Come to Ohio State, it's body by Mick.
Body by Mick, for sure. No, we love and we appreciate Coach Mick a lot.
Well, Parris, we've seen a lot of social media posts of different guys and before and after. That is a common thing, body by Mick.
For sure, yeah, it's intense, man. Like Dre'Mont said, Coach Mick, he's definitely, just a great guy, a great coach. But most importantly, he's kind of been a figure for us, just because, he's looked at as one of the best strength coaches, in the nation, And you know, he wants us to implement ourselves and be the best football player in the nation. So like you say, he gets the things out of us that we never knew we could do. You know, we appreciate and love Coach McMahon for sure.
Visiting with Parris Campbell and also Dre'Mont Jones. Parris, as we're talking about the summer conditioning, how much of a grind is it? How difficult is it? And to get through it, what does it mean when you survive summer conditioning?
Honestly, you know, Ohio State is no joke. You know, I don't mean to brag or boast, but I think a lot of people, you know, really wouldn't last at Ohio State. You know, our off seasons, they're pretty intense. You know, we have runs like four times a week. You know, conditioning is a serious thing. Lifting is a serious thing. Like, we just go through a lot of things, but I think the main thing for us is our coaches try to, you know, put adverse situations in our workout, so that way when we get to games, you know, it's not our first time seeing an adverse situation. We're used to it already.
Dre'Mont, I talked to Isaiah earlier, and he was saying as much of a physical grind it is, it's also mentally, because you get so tired, and then, you know, you still have to go back out there and do it. Just talk a little bit about that and how difficult, both physically and mentally, it is.
I mean, it's part of your growing process as a man. You have to go through mental trials and physical trials. Just like, we're out there hitting every day. The sun's beaming. There's so many cloudy parts of the game of football that can distract you from what you really want to accomplish. So, like, that's where the mental and physical part comes in, because you got the beating every day of practice. You got inside drill, which is just O-line, D-line banging heads. You got one-on-one drills. You got the team periods, and then you got the long hours of film, and then more film, and then lifting, and then trying to find a way to really hydrate the proper ways. It's so much of a professional aspect of it that we do, but no, it's worth it. It's worth it.
You know, you're getting close to training camp. August 3rd, I believe you guys get started. Is it a day you have circled like, all right, finally it's football, or is it like, I mean, that's a grind too. The month of training camp, are you looking forward to it?
The day we have circled is September 1st. It's not camp. Like, camp is just part of the process, but we're looking forward to football period. We miss it.
Yeah. What about training camp? How difficult is that, Parris?
It's very difficult, especially, you know, as a young freshman. You know, I'm a fifth-year senior. This is my fifth year going through it, so, you know, I'm kind of immune to the situation, as well, Dre'Mont. You know, but I think the biggest thing for us is, you know, bettering ourselves, but also bringing young guys along, you know, making sure they get through it as well.
All right, before I let you go, both of you guys had decisions to make in the offseason, and you know, were thought of guys that could have made the jump to the National Football League. You came back. And Dre'Mont, I'll start with you. Why did you feel like, hey, I need to stay at Ohio State?
Well, first I need to graduate, but from a football aspect of it, I need to hone in my crafts more. I want to be more stout in the run. I wanted to enhance my pass rushing abilities. I wanted to put on some more weight too.
What about you, Parris?
You know, I felt like I didn't complete my legacy at Ohio State. You know, I feel like if I would have left last year, I would have cheated myself out of what I wanted to accomplish at Ohio State. And second, you know, I wanted to become a more polished receiver. You know, people tend to talk about, you know, the slot receiver, you know, not being an actual polished receiver. And I feel like, you know, I've came back, I've gotten better. And this season, you know, they'll see that H-back and a more polished receiver for sure.
Do you look forward to this offense, and what should fans look forward to with Dwayne Haskins now with the controls?
You know, I think that you see a lot of vertical stretch in our game. You know, we have such a fantastic run game with Mike Weber and J.K. Dobbins. I think that, you know, us stretching the ball vertically is going to open up so much more for us.
All right, what about the OSU defense? Is as good as always this year, Dre'Mont?
As good as always. we got our issues like everybody else, but we're ready to take on every challenge.
Dre'Mont, Parris, thanks so much for doing this.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is Dre'Mont Jones, Parris Campbell, who have joined us here at the Big Ten meetings in Chicago. We will continue live from here. Matt McCoy, Stan Jackson with you after this on Sports Radio 105.7 The Zone.